mouth says howdy, my tummy says howdy. Big, juicy cheeseburger, howdy.
At Roy Rogers, you never see frozen hamburgers, tired old chicken, or dry roast beef. We make it fresh, and that makes it delicious.
Howdy, Double R Bar. Adios, Double R Bar.
Say howdy to fresh food at Roy Rogers.
Okay. Hey, listen, they got their start right here in the metro area. They're still headquartered in Frederick, Maryland, and now you'll be seeing some new Roy Rogers restaurants cropping up around the DMV. Now, back in the day, it was the Double R Burger and the sourdough sandwiches that brought in the customers. But
It's the Double R Bar Burger.
The Double R Bar Burger. Okay. Clearly, our senior correspondent when it comes to Roy Rogers. And you probably saw him there as a young kid in that restaurant. It's Tucker Barnes. Okay. Now, most fast food restaurants are making drastic changes to lure in customers. So what is Roy's strategy? For answers, we're going to turn to Jim Plamondon, the co-president of Plamondon Companies. I hope that I'm saying that correctly. It actually owns Roy's, and he's live at the brand new Aspen Hill location. So I'm not going to say good morning. I'm going to say howdy.
Aw. Howdy, partner. How are you?
I'm doing right fine. I'm doing right fine. I think first off, I think some people might be surprised that this is a local story.
Well, it is a local story. Marriott started the chain back in the late 1960s, and my brother and I own the business now, but our dad worked for Marriott in the late 1960s, so he was really there when it all began in 1968, and now here we are many years later, and my brother Pete and I own the brand, and we're growing it again.
Jim, I'm just curious, what is it about now that made you decide to grow the brand again? Is there something about the market, the competition? What's happening?
Well, we offer a different variety, quality, variety, and choice, and really the customers here in this market have embraced the brand. They've been asking us for years to bring it back to their markets and to grow the brand, and so we've been operating up in Frederick, Maryland for many years very successfully, and the letters and the phone calls and the requests to grow the brand in the D.C. market have been overwhelming, so we said let's make them happy and give them what they want.
You have a couple of locations now up and running, I know, because I happen to love your strawberry shortcake, and I go to the one in Gaithersburg. So you are in existence in a limited number before this big announcement, right?
Yeah, this actually is number 5 in Montgomery County, Gaithersburg being in Montgomery County as well. And we opened in Aspen Hill yesterday. Truly, the lines were out the door all day into the night. In fact, there were lines at 10 o'clock at night to get their Roy Rogers fix. And yes, we still have the Double R Bar Burger, your favorite. And that's one of the favorites still of the customers here today.
Right. Tucker's favorite.
Our senior correspondent pointed it out.
All right, Jim, first of all, I want to know what happened to you guys. You left me when I needed you most, back when I was a teenager. And tell me, is the menu the old classic menu I grew up with?
The menu has remained pretty much the same. We offer quality, variety, and choice, we like to say. So that variety consists of the roast beef, the real roast beef. That's top inside USDA choice beef, slow roasted in the oven and sliced to order. We've got great burgers, the Double R Bar Burger you mentioned earlier, and then, of course, our famous fried chicken. People love our chicken in this market, and so we call that the Holy Trio, roast beef, burgers, and chicken.
And that bar, too. Right. Let's not forget the Fixins Bar, because growing up vegetarian, I have to admit, my parents would always get a little bit more salad and tomatoes and have a little something on the side. I know you're not supposed to do that.
Here's the thing. I am a total novice to the Roy Rogers thing, Jim. I've never had any products from Roy Rogers. I've heard a lot from it. My colleagues obviously are big fans. For a first-timer, what do you suggest I get to really give me the Roy Rogers experience? One I'll never forget.
Well, I'll tell you, we are really known for that Holy Trio, as we call it, but the roast beef is what we're really famous for. So if I were you, I'd get that roast beef sandwich, one of 9 side items that you can choose from, whether it's French fries, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, salad, baked apples, or baked beans, you name it. And then a nice drink, either coffee or soda. And then dress up your roast beef with the Fixins bars. You can kind of see behind me, I hope. That's the fresh lettuce, freshly sliced tomatoes, onions, pickles, pico de gallo, and then a whole bunch of sauces. So people love to just load up their burger or their roast beef with our Fixins bar.
Jim, I really am curious, just do you think it's that we're seeing nostalgia be such a big thing with people, that now is a good time for Roy Rogers to come back? Or is it something more about the state of fast food right now that it's a good time for you to hop back in the game?
I think it's both. I mean, clearly in this marketplace and up and down the Mid-Atlantic region here, we see that nostalgia. People have loved their Roy Rogers. They remember Roy Rogers from back in the day when it was once 650 restaurants strong. So it's certainly that, and they love it, and they're telling their kids about it. So we've got a great turnout by the generation. But it's also that quality perspective. I think fast food has a bad name in some areas, but we've really got quality food, and people really appreciate that and want to come. This is a cut above the typical fast food restaurant.
All right, Jim. Well, we say happy trails to you, partner.
Tipping our virtual hats to you.
Well, thank you. Happy trails to you all. Come out and see us in Aspen Hill, and we've got others opening in Pasadena, Maryland shortly, and Gainesville, Virginia in the next couple of months.
We'll see you.
Awesome. Thank you.